Hey, hey, beautiful people. I thought I'd go live because nobody really else is. Um, However, I'm more than happy to end this live if somebody does go live with some interesting content. I'm just going for a walk. It's 21 degrees Celsius today. It's not, pardon me, it's not hot, but it's pleasant, mild. Hey, Clearfloss, how you doing, Groover? These are my favourite succulents up here. They're Americana. I was going to get a couple of those pups to put in my garden, but they're really hard to dig out of the ground, so I've got to get a shovel. Not their ones, even though it's council land, but there's heaps of them that grow around here, and I just love them. We don't have salties. We don't have any crocodiles here, Groover. Hey, beautiful Anne-Marie, how are you? Hey, Morgan. Hey, Trixie. Sunny's great. She's actually having a little snooze in her igloo at the moment, so I thought I would seize the opportunity to go for a walk. I've been for one this morning, like, an exercise walk. This is more of a stroll, bit of chat. Some of you probably haven't been on beach walks with me, so it is pretty windy though, so I'm going to go down like the bluff, not the full bluff walk, but I should have put sneakers on. I'm wearing thongs, but anyway, not G-strings, like, flip-flops, you American people. But it's pretty windy down there, and there's white caps and stuff now, so I'll go a more sheltered way. Is it raining for you, Anne-Marie? Huh. Yeah, we've got a beautiful day today. But yeah, a little bit fresh with the breeze, the sea breeze, but also on the microphone, it's just a bit annoying. But I thought I'd just go live in case anyone felt the need to offload about YouTube fuckery. I've got rain, hail, holy shit balls. This house is coming along really nicely. Been watching that one being built. Some of you guys that watch my channel have been keeping an eye on that. There's builders there, so I'm not going to I'm taking my camera off them. They don't need to be filmed. Hey, beautiful Tanny, how are you? A friend of mine who lives up in the northwest of Tassie messaged me to say she and her husband are coming down for down south for a little weekend getaway and a bit of an explore. And I was like, oh, wicked. Let's try and catch up. Where are you staying? And they're staying here, not in the container, but the people who own this property, they keep all their stuff in the container for when they want to use it. But they're staying here, this place. I'm like, oh my God, you are 800 metres from my house. So catching up with them is going to be very easy. I'll have a look at chat when I get around the corner. Hang on, can I see it now? I've got my reading glasses on and I'm getting blinder. So beautiful Sunny's having a siesta in her igloo, which is interesting because it's not actually that cold and it's a felt igloo. And she's got the floofiest coat. So, but her bed in 10 Lives was like a plastic igloo shape. I mean, it obviously had a blanket in it and it had a blanket over the top of it as well. But they love their little igloos. So anyway, we're very excited because my sister gave, Biscuit got the igloo in her Secret Santa. And it was my sister who had Biscuit. And poor little bee didn't get to use it much because it was a bit hot for her over summer. So it'd be nice if Sunny uses it, or I thought she'd start using it when it starts to get cold, but she's in it right now. She was. So yeah, we're just going for a little stroll. I was looking for someone on YouTube to listen to, and it seems all the fuckery went down in the last few days when I was at work. Is everyone fatigued though? You're mostly listening. That's fine, Tanny. Hey, Anne-Marie, how are you doing, gorgeous? I use the word fatigue in my title because I think people are getting really fatigued by some of the stuff that's going on. I bailed from the Diane's Channel drama early on, as some of you know, because it was just getting so. But then there was that day. I love the view from this spot. Hey, Francesca. Yeah, Netflix, bring it on. I've been watching iView, which is like our the Australian Broadcasting Commission, so that's ABC as well, but it's very different to the US ABC. iView is like their smart TV app, and I've been watching shows on there a little bit, not a lot, but just a bit of nighttime settling Sunny and stuff. It's so nice to be home today with her. Gosh, she was good though. She was, of course she was going to be fine, but I got home last night and she was just so happy to see me and gave her dinner and we hung out, had a bit of a play. She loves to play. Oh my God. Lots of playtime. Chasing around the house is her favourite thing. But she loves chasing. I'm going to get so fit because of her. It's great. Biscuit sort of got me mending. Now this one's going to get me healthy, fit. She's 9 years old and she bolts around the house like she loves it. She's jumping up on everything. She does little flips in the air. Ange gave her a little fishing rod with an octopus on it and she loves that. But she's just, the only thing she doesn't like is the harness. I tried to put the harness on her today and she managed to, I got it over her head. She managed to get her two front legs through the harness. So then it was sort of like around her waist, like a belt. It wasn't good. And then I lifted her up. She hates being held. And I put her up on the kitchen bench just so I had easier access to her and tried to see if I could pull it further down, but her belly was too big. So I had to cut it off her. Because I couldn't pull it. You know, you can't say to a cat, put your hands over your head like you can when you're taking a T-shirt off a kid or whatever. The legs don't automatically, her brain wasn't like, pull it the other way and I'll accommodate. So I ended up cutting it off. It was Biscuit's harness. I've seen harnesses since, though, that I might try on her just because it doesn't go over her head. It's more like a little kind of zip up, not outfit, but... And the only reason I want her on the harness is so I can take her out on the deck. But a friend of mine who's got Kevin McTurd, both of their cats are strictly indoors and they go outside and do stuff on their deck and in the garden and everything. And I just said, well, how do you do that? Because as soon as I go anywhere near the screen door, she's at my feet. And Susan's like, you've just got to time it, like have everything you need to take out on the deck ready at the door. And when she's asleep at the other end of the house or whatever, that's when you go out there and just shut the door and get on with what you've got to do. But anyway, she went out into her enclosure this morning, and one thing I'm trying to train her to do is, if she's out in her enclosure, I want to go out and do stuff on the deck, but for her to be happy to hang out with me, like even though she's in the enclosure. But as soon as she saw I was on the deck, she came out of the enclosure and was sitting at the screen door wanting to go out. She's so fucking cute. Oh, that'd be wicked, Anne-Marie. Hi, Stacey Marie. How are you, gorgeous? It's a bit of beach therapy, although we're just walking past to get back behind it, but it's a bit windier than I thought. I'll try and find a sheltered sort of spot. I thought I'd sort of go around the back way and go up onto the bluff. And then maybe we could go down onto the beach, but I'll hop in like one of the little horseshoes in the dunes that are a bit more sheltered. Park Cafe. It's a cafe. I shit you not, it's such a good. Quick release one, wicked. Because I'd love to get her to the point that she can be out on the deck with me like Biscuit used to be, but also really mindful that Sunny had only been an indoor cat. Like Biscuit actually lived on a farm before I rescued her, and Sunny's only ever been indoors, but also Sunny can jump, and Sunny's a really fast runner. So the risk of her actually getting off the deck is much, much higher than Biscuit. Even though Biscuit could jump up onto the railing, she only did it a couple of times, and each time I just picked her up and put her back on the deck. But this little one can actually jump. And jump well. So I'm kind of thinking if there is going to be any playing on the deck with Sunny, there's definitely going to have to be a harness at all times. Hey, Cass, how you doing? Another beautiful day in Australia. Yes, it is a nice one. It's a bit windy down on the beach, so I'm going to go to the top of the bluff and give you all that amazing view. If you haven't seen it before, seriously, stick around for a couple of minutes. It's amazing. I mean, you can see part of it now. And there's the beach. That will take you up and give you an aerial view. It's really pretty. I don't know why I'm wearing thongs. Flip-flops, flip-flops. It's a treat. I have to be extra careful walking back down this hill. I know, I love that I brought her home too. And honestly, she's only been with me since Saturday, and it feels like she's been here forever. She settled in so quickly, just like Biscuit did. Biscuit did as well. There was no hiding in a bedroom for a week. Stuff going on with her. They were both exploring and happy and rolling around on their backs within an hour of arriving. It's pretty cute. Can you guys hear the beach? Or just me panting? The microphone on this phone is too good. Even when I put it on its lowest volume, it picks up my panting. Okay. This is purely for you guys, by the way. Oh, the sun's pretty warm actually, out of the wind. Okay, guys, are you ready for it? Put my drink bottle down. Are you ready to see my front yard? There it is. Check it out, Grievers. See if there's any surfers out. I think there are. Nope. It is Thursday lunchtime in Australia, so looks like the surfers have all gone to work for a change. Isn't it incredible? And those of you who've been, how long have we been live? 15 minutes. If I'd actually walked, with some energy and purpose, it's literally 5 minutes from my house. My house is on that hill, halfway up that hill. So, yeah, it's really close. But isn't it incredible? Actually, we could go, why don't we go around the edge of the bluff? We'll go around to the whale watching platform for a change. But yeah, oh my God, I love it. I mean, Tassie is very beautiful anyway. It's one of those places, every corner you turn, when you're driving on this little island, takes your breath away. Like there'll be a view that you just go, oh my God. But I'm just pretty happy that I happen to live on one of the, I think, most beautiful beaches in Tassie, if not the world. I'm biased, but it is beautiful. I can appreciate beauty. So there's a rock out there, which I don't know if you can see it or not. It's such a long view on StreamYard because I'm actually on a website, not an app. But there's a rock out in the water. There's a fair bit of white water around it at the moment. And sometimes when the water hits the rock, it shoots up like a spout out of a whale. And it's kind of shaped like a whale. Guess what its name is? Whale Rock. Yeah. You'll see it better from the lookout. But does anyone need beach therapy? Well, this is actually bluff therapy today. This house has got $1 million view. Well, everyone down here does. Don't you love Tassie though? You just walk in front of people's houses. There's no security gates and fences. I'll try and give you views from the bluff and the cliffs and everything as we walk. And look at the colour of the water today, guys. Although even that's different, just what I can see on my screen. It's very it's like a topaz greeny kind of colour today. Topaz is blue, isn't it? I can't remember, but like an emerald green kind of colour. Bluey green. What's the word for blue green? Azure. I don't know. It's pretty. I'll read chat as I walk. Oh, the harness. Thank you, Anne-Marie. I'll check that out. And some new pictures. Cute. Hey, Lady Pegasus. Hi to anyone else who's come in that I haven't spotted while I've been walking and talking. But yes, does anyone have anything they want to talk about the beach therapy? I'm not going to go and stand on that. It could be solid, but it might not be. But I do want to show you this. Isn't it gorgeous? And I wouldn't even be a kilometre from my house. Probably be about, I don't know, 900 metres, something like that. See this Americana succulent here. Look how big it gets. I want one in my front garden. I love them. That one's in pretty bad condition, but I love them. They're stunning. But cups. See the beach over there? This window like two. We paid 4 cents. You wouldn't be buggers. Agave, as in the plant. It's actually part of the. I think it is part of the agave family, but it's known as Americana. It reminds me of 60s American TV shows. They're beautiful. There's heaps of them up here. There's heaps of wild ones. So I need to grab a little trowel one day and come up and get a pup, which is what the little babies are called. See, like these are pups. These ones are quite big. There's an unfinished one. They are still attached to the root of the main plant, so they're pretty hard to get out. I know the guys that live in this house. Weirdly, they've got two houses. The other house is opposite my sister's house. How weird's that? So this is their view. Little rocky beach down there. Yeah, you'd be knackered, Lady Pegasus. 4 sets, that's a top effort, doll. And they built this little outdoor area. So they've got like an outdoor bath. So you can sit in the bath and look at that. And they've also put this little bar in where you can have your afternoon wines. And then they've also put in this bench that everyone can use, which is really lovely. Let's sit on that bench. This could be a good spot for a chat. Let's do it. Perfect spot. Sorry about the view. I should have got like a canvas and taken a photo of like a beach or something and printed it onto the canvas and sat in front of that so you didn't have to look at this hideous view. You can't actually see my house from here because it is on that hill over there, but it's on the other side of it. It's only halfway up, but it's on the other side, so it looks like it's sort of got a split view. In one direction you've got this, and then in the other you've got that valley and the bush and everything. Best of both worlds. It might be you that's buffering, Tanny. It might be me, but like I keep saying to people, actually you haven't been in for a while, Tanny, but the new thing on my channel is mods to say in chat that I'm in Tasmania, I'm often in a remote part of the state, I'm often in the country or on a beach, so there is going to be buffering, just to remind people, because there's no point telling me because I don't know how to fix it. And it's not actually so much about this channel. I was just commenting the other day driving home how I was watching a live and the creator had actually muted themselves and had said, I've just got to mute myself, I'll be back. And then there were like 180 comments, all these different people all going, there's no sound, there's no sound. And if her mods had just said, she's just muted, she'll be back shortly, but no. And why is it when like people write, there's no sound, why do the next 100 comments also say the same thing? And none of them reading it? Is anyone else buffering? Oh, thanks, Morgan. Only because there's a few places like when I drive to work that I know I'm going to lose connection just because Tassie's a very hilly place. I mean, can you not see hills? around us. The hills here aren't as high as they are in other parts, but it's hilly. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot a creator can do. I mean, if my screen's buffering, then I'll move, but it's not. So, and my screen will buffer if it's me that's buffering, if you know what I mean. No buffer, no buffer. Isn't it beautiful? But yeah, Tanny, there might be something. You might be in a dodgy spot at your place, hun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it too. Like Tanny saying it's buffering. In a way, she's asking if it's me or her too. I get that. It's not so much about my channel, although when I go through the spots where there's crappy reception, I do usually come out the other side with people saying there's crappy reception. So if anyone does, just mods just say, yeah, she's in a shitty spot. Thank you. But this spot isn't shitty. But if anyone does go live, I'm also more than happy. I don't have a problem with my channel if people go, oh, fuck, so-and-so's gone live and this is going to be really good. Like, I'm happy for us all to go over to other channels and join in the hilarity. But I was just curious. Someone brave's going for a swim. It wouldn't be that unpleasant today. Can you hear the ocean from up here too? It's very soothing. Pardon me. I had a smoothie and I've had the burps ever since I had it mid-morning. Well, not the burps, but the tummy rumbling thing. It was a peanut butter and banana smoothie, so I'm not complaining. It's pretty yummy. Hey, Scout Inquirer. Oh, did you? You just got a black screen with an error message. Maybe it is shitty reception. Well, I mean, look where I am. I'm sitting on a cliff. Well, I'm actually sitting on a bench on a cliff. I reckon if I go further around to like the whale watching spot, it'll be even worse. How have you been, Scout? I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well. Just gonna have a sip of water. It is actually quite warm out of the wind. Mm. I'm trying to prove it's water. It's not vodka or anything salubrious. Here comes a helicopter. I hope it flies straight over us. Wouldn't that be cool? Could be my friend Dave. He's a chopper pilot. He flies over a lot, although he usually tries to fly directly over my house. Pretty close. See it just there? The white one? That's a privately owned one. Buffering must be an Aussie thing. Oh, it is you, Tanny? Well, I don't know. Lady Pegasus said she got an error. Well, it might be her too. Good old Australia. Good old. But isn't it still amazing technology that I'm even live and some of you can see this beach and hear me and I'm on this little island on the way to Antarctica and beaming across the world. Like, don't you find that incredible? It's not perfect, but I'll never bitch about it. I can't make a more perfect version, so I'm happy with it the way it is, but it blows me away. I love it. I just saw the first bit of sorry, I'm in a bad Tanny, and I thought it was sorry, I'm in a bad mood. And then the rest of it popped up. Exactly. It's nighttime and raining, and you can still be at the beach. It is, it's incredible. People that complain about technology, I always just look at them and go, you make something better then. Off you go. Let me know when your version's better. Like when you're on a plane and they say there's free Wi-Fi, when that first happened in Australia, which was only like a year and a half ago ish, maybe 2 years max, So suddenly they're like, wow, we've actually got Wi-Fi on the flight now. And then on one of the flights I was on, they said, we're really sorry, but there's no Wi-Fi today. And the guy next to me was so pissed off. And it's like, dude, this is brand new on planes. It's incredible that you'll be able to do this from time to time. But prior to sitting down, you had no idea this flight could have had Wi-Fi. And fucking entertain yourself another way. Fucking Wi-Fi's dodgy. Well, get over it, mate. Watch a movie. Eat some food. The plane will land. You're sitting in an armchair. It's pretty comfy. You'll be there soon. Think you'll cope without Wi-Fi for an hour and 5 minutes? You've been on the go a lot. Well, no, Scout Inquirer. I haven't planned my mini vacation because I now have a new housemate. You'll have to have a look on my channel. But there's a little girl that's moved in with me, and her name is Sunny. And she's kooky. She's very boho. She's definitely a beach girl. When she rolls on her back, she's got a blonde, curly, like beach hair tummy. It's amazing. You're probably thinking, I hope she's not a human. She's not. She's a floof. So I've put my vacay on hold because I've now got this exquisite animal living with me, and she is incredibly fun. And I'm still contemplating going away now that I know how good she is in the car, because she actually got out of her carrier in the car while I was driving her home. And she sat on the passenger seat with her head up over, looking, her neck extended, looking over the dashboard. And then after a while got tired of it and hopped on the back seat and curled up and went to sleep. So I reckon I could actually travel with this cat. Morgan, she's so pretty. We are all intimidated by her beauty. I've said to all of my friends, whenever you visit, don't even bother putting makeup on or getting dressed up. Not that they should at the beach anyway, but even if they're that way inclined, I don't judge. People do want to get all dressed up. They can't compete with her. So come as daggy as you are, because even on her worst day, Sunny is going to look better than us on our best day. She is so pretty. I did get Sunny. You were part of that conversation. I remember now. Raven's treasure chest was like, get her, go get her, go get her. Well, I did. I did. I went on Saturday with my sister. I messaged my sister on Saturday morning, and she said she was going to have a day. We were both going to have a day. We were both going to be like biscuit, which is the new saying in our family and with our friends, which is just to chill out, you know. So we were both going to have a Saturday where we are just going to be like biscuit. And then I said to Ange, I keep looking at Sunny, because when Ange was staying with me, it was only the week after Biscuit died, we had a look at the 10 Lives website just to see, you know, down the track. We'll see who was around, but also down the track, I knew I'd be getting another elderly cat because that's my jam. And yes, I might be setting myself up for more heartbreak than most by doing that. But I met a girl the other day, and she's had two cats die of cancer. One of them was 6 months old and the other one was 2. So there's no guarantees in life. Hey, Moonchild Pink, love your name. Florida, Australia of the USA. How you doing? So, someone mentioned I'm the only one that takes people to the ocean. That makes me feel good. I mean, it is my front yard. It's right in front of my house. So, you know, I got a bit lucky with being able to take you somewhere pretty easily. I think Biscuit did pick Sunny out for me because we saw Sunny, and it was only like a week after Biscuit had died, and we were both going, oh my God, look at her little foots. And her face is exquisite. And so I went, in fact, if I turn my cam off, there she is. That is my cat. That is not a picture or a painting of a cat. That is the cat in my house. That is Sunny. She did have me hooked at first sight. I mean, why wouldn't you look at it? Look at the face of it. So anyway, we went, I messaged Ange, and I put the beach back on, but just wanted to show everyone beautiful Sunny. Let me know if you want me to go back to Sunny. You've got two gorgeous things to look at with me when I'm live at the moment. Um, and I said to Ange, I keep going to the 10 Lives website and looking at Sunny. And I don't know if it's because her face is healing me, like looking at pictures of her is helping me heal with Biscuit. And even if she's gone down the track, there's going to be another old cat like her because she just turned 9 on Boxing Day in December. Or whether I should get her, but it does feel a little bit soon. Like I don't want people to think I'm over Biscuit and I'm not grieving anymore because I'm still a mess about Biscuit. I can tell you that right now. I had a massive cry when Ange came down for dinner the other night. It's still, and even just saying her name makes me get teary. But yeah, I didn't want people to go, fuck, that was quick to get a replacement. But by the same token, this little girl was surrendered because her human got really sick 5 weeks ago and sadly has died. And so she got ripped out of the home that she'd lived in for 9 years and surrendered because nobody in the family wanted her or could take her. I think they all had pets, and she doesn't, like Biscuit, doesn't get on well with other animals, but loves people. So this little girl was heartbroken. She's got some healing to do too. And she's already just starting to be like Biscuit and just chilling out and very much at home, very playful, very entertaining, very loving, very smoochy. She's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, although oh, Scout, she loves it. She's such a little beach girl. She's such a little boho cat. You have to watch the video of me bringing her home where she gets out while I'm driving and she sort of got down under my feet and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm on the highway. It's like, this is probably illegal. If not, it's potentially very dangerous. And then she went in under my seat and then popped out the back and then she came back up the front. She had her two paws on one of my legs for a while, looking over the dashboard, and then she hopped over onto the passenger seat and just sat there like a passenger with her neck extended, looking out over the dash. And then after a while, she got in the back seat and curled up and went to sleep. Isn't Sunny gorgeous? She's crazy beautiful. She's got a lot of very sort of typical Siberian characteristics: big round eyes, 3 coats, big bushy tail, the chunky feet with the fluff between the toes. Like her coat is amazing. Sunny can help you through it. Sounds like you guys are great. We are. I agree. We are. Has Sunnyshine made her debut YouTube appearance as of yet? No, I haven't gone live from home yet. Or have I? Did I go live from home with her? I know I've been live about JS for Justice from my house. Was that pre or post Sunny? Pre, I think. I know I've sat at my computer and chatted. I might have been on a teleconference or something. She was fine. She's pretty independent. I mean, she's close. But yeah, I'll have to go live and see if she starts attacking me like Biscuit used to. She's already attacked me, but her bite, she doesn't try to break his skin. She's got sharp claws, but even with her claws, like you don't get. I mean, I got a scratch the other night because I don't know if you can see it, but I went too far. She told me to stop, and I didn't. But she does like to bite and scratch, but she doesn't break the skin at all. It's really lame. Same with her meow and her hiss. It's like, and that's seriously is as loud as it is. Oh, it was post Sunny. Well, yeah, she's not the clever cat to get out of the carrot. I opened it a tiny bit so I could pat her on the head because she was flipping out inside it a little bit. And the next thing, boom, she was out. Like she pushed her head against it, the zip undid, and boom, she was out. Thank you, Scout. I know it's very exciting. Not everyone's excited. A lot of people have left my live since I started talking about my beautiful Sunny girl. Oh, it was pre-Sunny. Yeah, I'll go. I'll definitely go live. Oh, hashtag Biscuit and Sunny. Oh, Tanny, that's a great hashtag. Biscuit and Sunny, my two girls. But it's lovely because I can be a bit sad at home about Biscuit, and Sunny's allowed to be sad about her human. And we're just going to look after each other. She likes to be near me when I'm home, which is another Siberian thing. Like they're always like a meter away from you, whatever you're doing, whether you want them around you or not. But she sleeps more than Biscuit too because she's got way more energy. I mean, she's made me realise how sick, well, not how sick, but just how debilitating Biscuit's conditions were. This one's like a little zoomy. Will the Rocker, hey, beautiful brother, how you doing? We're talking about my little Sunny girl. Hey, do you want to walk around to the whale platform and then we'll head back? And like I said, if anyone does go live, if there are people in chat that really want to go and see something, let me know. And if it's Diane's channel, I won't end it. Well, not Diane's channel herself, but anything about that, I don't give a fuck about that crap. Oh my God. It's ripped friendships apart. It's just become the most tedious thing on YouTube. I go onto my YouTube notifications list now and just I've started unsubscribing to so many channels because they're all just still talking about it. It's real. Even the clip channels about it, I'm not finding funny or anything. Just over it. Morgan, well said. What did Morgan? Oh yeah, Morgan did the Biscuit and Sunny. That was actually Tanny who came up with that hashtag. But yeah, I think we should all be doing that. Biscuit and Sunny. Yeah, it's Sunny with a Y. Like, yeah, it's Sunny with the Y with a Y. She's got one, but I haven't promoted it yet, and I haven't given her final Insta name at the moment. It's Beautiful Sunny Girl. And she hasn't got any followers. I should at least get Biscuit to follow her. But I was going to put something on Biscuit saying, you've got to go and follow my sister Sunny's Insta. But I'm kind of waiting to think of a name. I've been singing Boney M's Sunny since I got her, well, even before I got her. That was another thing. I'd be walking around the house and I'd just start singing that Boney M song. You know, because the lyrics are like, Sunny, yesterday my life was filled with rain. Sunny, you came away and washed away the pain or something. It's all about someone putting sunshine back into your life, which she is doing. She's very appropriately named. Bye, beautiful Tanny. Biscuit will always be in our hearts. I agree, Tanny. Thank you. That's a beautiful message. And enjoy whatever you're up to. So good to see you, as always, Tanny. You know I love you. Actually, a few of the Tanny might have left already, but a few of the former Jays for Justice mods, because we've been having little reunions. Oh, she's got a follower now. Thank you, Morgan. Have been asking about Tanny, so wanting to know how she's doing. So I did let them all know that she's alive and well and often on my channel. So hopefully you girls will all get to reconnect at some point. So yeah, they miss you, Tanny, and they have been asking me how you're doing. And a few of them have had a chance to reconnect with Lady Pegasus already. But hopefully soon we'll do another mod reunion and you'll be able to pop in because, yeah, they've been asking after you. I told them you were well. The other thing about Sunny, though, is I went to work for 2 days. Like I was home with her for the first 3 days or 2.5 because she only really came home late on mid-Saturday afternoon. But I went to work for a couple of days. So in her first week, she's already learned that I'm not there all day, every day, which is really good. because Biscuit and I weren't getting comfortable with me having to go to work. It was disappointing, and I used to have to walk out the door and see this little sad face. Biscuit would turn on the "how can you leave me" face. Whereas Sunny, I put some meditation music for cats to reduce their anxiety. There's quite a few different YouTube channels, but I put one of those on. Like, they're a 24-hour channel. There's some, I've put it on now while I'm out. She's always going to be watching YouTube when I'm away, or at least listening. Imagine if she's sitting up there in chat going, "This song sucks." Yeah, it's been great catching up with the old mods. You feel like the new kid at school, Morgan. Climb that tower, Tanny. Wear a harness. Biscuit and Sunny rock. Hashtag Biscuit and Sunny rock. They do. And isn't it? I mean, I love the names. I loved Biscuit because it made people smile and laugh even. But Sunny does too. Sunny makes people smile and go, "Oh, Sunny." I think they're both such great names, and they really suit them both. So this mosaic whale is called Rocky. I'll show you. Look at that view through there, Groovers. It's a gorgeous day today. Look, guys. Rocky the whale, the Mosaic Community Project 2016. These guys are still doing mosaics all over the place. Created by members of the Dodgers Ferry community under the artistic direction of Kerry Howlett and Kathy Hall. So there it is. There's his tail. There's his head. Rocky. So this is the whale trail. And there are times of the year that you can actually just stand here and watch whales swim by. And there's Whale Rock out there. And there's a couple of benches. I'm trying to work out which one might be best for no wind. And if you're curious about the sort of whales that we have here, we get the orcas. So I put my head in the shot. So we get orcas, also known as killer whales. This one actually gets its own, got its whole own banner. And yeah, there's very strict regulations about whale watching and how far away from them you should be. And same for dolphins. Well, they're both dolphin ones, but then whales as well. I don't know if I can't see my screen, so I might have zoomed in too far. There's also this whale hotline, which is fantastic, and there's whale Facebook pages, so people go on there and say, "We've just spotted a humpback," or an orca, or a southern right. We get a lot of southern rights. And then here you go, guys. See, I know my whales. See the southern rights and the humpbacks. The southern rights are quite ugly. They're the ones with the barnacles on them. But we do get this sight a lot here. We do get the mums with their calves. And then these are the humpbacks. And these are photos of whales that were taken down here. Tail. So yeah, and it says, what does it say here? Because this is trying to do it so I'm not in the shot and I can't see very well. So here's Tasmania, and down here where it says Dodgers Ferry, that's where we are. So this red trail, so they come right past and they come into our bays, like here, and around into this bay and then down. It's pretty cool. And then when they're coming back out, they go up the east coast of Australia. So there you go, guys. Bit of whale education. We'll sit here for a smoke and then head back. Oh, sharks. I didn't, damn it. I didn't see your question and answer till I'd sat down. You have elderly people that are official whale watchers. Oh, Wicked in San Fran, of course. Look at the whales. The scenery this evening is absolutely spectacular. It is, isn't it? Oh, you're such an awesome mum to your babies. Oh, thank you, Scout. It's hard not to be. I have got a habit. Someone said to me, is it a rule in your house that you only adopt or rescue beautiful cats? I was like, well, Biscuit and Sunny are both beautiful, but then I think all cats are. But in terms of like breathtaking beauty, yes, Sunny does have that kind of a face. You have the movie Dolphin Tale, your favourite. No. Yeah, so the Southern Rights go past your place, Lady Pegasus, and they end up down here. We're linked. We're linked geographically by the whales. I can go a little bit further around the bluff before we head back. I'm glad you're enjoying this scenery. I haven't done this walk for a while with you guys. So we can go a little bit further on. It's just because I'm wearing flip-flops, thongs, as they're known in Australia, and it can get quite slippery. I'm just not going to go. I can keep going around the bluff when I've got sneakers on, and you actually kind of scramble down over rocks and stuff to get down onto another beach, but I'm not doing it in flip-flops while I'm holding a camera. It's a recipe for disaster. It's a shame the view from up here on StreamYard is such a long shot, because I can actually see the white sand of quite a few beaches on the other side of the bay. Dennis Quaid, Helen Hunt play the mother and father for Dolphin Tale. Wondering if I've even seen it. I don't know if I have. I mean, I love The Big Blue. That's one of my favourite movies, the free diving movie, and there's a lot of dolphins in that. When they free dive, there's a lot of dolphins down below, and the actual poster for The Big Blue was a dolphin coming up out of the water. I'll have to check that one out. But yeah, I'm so happy to have Sunny, but I'm also happy that I can leave the house like I have now, and I know that she's going to be fine because she's spent 2 days on her own. And in the middle of those 2 days, my sissy came and stayed the night. So Sunny had this night with both of us there, all this attention. And the next thing, first thing in the morning, we're both up having showers, getting dressed, and heading off to work. And I was thinking, oh, the poor little girl, she's had all this attention and we've pissed off again. But she just curls up and sleeps, I reckon, because she in the morning where she'll eat her breakfast and then it's zoomy time, and I chase her around the house. It is so funny. And I did the same with Biscuit. I'd be like, "Where's Biscuit?" and she'd take off. And with this one, I'm like, "Where's Sunny?" and she just takes off. It's the cutest thing. And so I was going to get rid of Biscuit's tunnel because it clashes with my rug. But I put it out just to see if she was into it. And yeah, it's a very important part of her obstacle course now. So now I've got this freaking ugly bloody tunnel back in my hallway. But anyway, you've seen Dolphin Tale 1 and 2. It's a true story. Oh, nice. Did anyone else watch The Big Blue? Do any else of you know that? Oh, no, no, no. I have seen that movie. Well, she lost her arm, not her leg. That's on Netflix. I didn't realize it was called A Dolphin Tale, though. The one with Dennis Quaid and Helen Hunt about the real life story. This, oh, what's her name? The girl. But yeah, she had her arm bitten off. Clashes with my rug. I know. I know. How superficial am I? Yeah, yeah. Soul Surfer. Yeah, Soul Surfer. Is the Dolphin Tale a different movie again? Because I've seen Soul Surfer a couple of times. I love it. No, The Big Blue's a movie and it's amazing. The lead guy in it is smoking hot. Oh my God, you've got to watch it. It's a beautiful movie. Patricia Arquette is the girl in it, the love interest in it. It's really sad, but it's beautiful. Dolphin Tale is animated. Okay. About a dolphin who has no tail. No, Dolphin Tale isn't animated. Oh my God, so much Confucius. Let's talk about Free Willy then. We all know what that movie's about. A man who can't undo the zips on his jeans. Shark's Tale. Okay. Right. God, all the tales. But I thoroughly recommend The Big Blue. It's incredible because it's so interesting to learn about free divers. It's such an elite sport and so dangerous. But it doesn't hurt that the lead guy is smoking hot. And it's actually Rosanna Arquette, not Patricia. And she's a journalist and she goes to Mexico or Chile or somewhere where he's diving and then sort of travels all over Europe and stuff with him while he's diving. And so the scenery and the restaurants and the little houses that they stay in, everything is beautiful. But there's a very sensitive scene involving a free diver and a human, and it's just gorgeous. When I say sensitive, like touching, not well, it is emotional. Look at that, guys. We're looking at, that's across to 7 Mile Beach. When I take you guys to Sandy Point, that's the beach with all the pine trees. It goes for 7 miles, literally. And there's that little island when we scramble down the bluff. Sometimes there's a surf break out there, which is pretty awesome. I'm taking a shortcut. I'm going to take you down to this other part of the bluff that's not dangerous for me to walk down in my flip-flops. Actually, we'll go this way. The popular new movie Dolphin Tale tells the touching story of a young dolphin named Winter who loses her tail and survives with a prosthetic one. Oh my God. Power went out. Shit, Morgan. Hopefully you've got a bit of battery left. Keep you company till your battery goes flat. Paul Hogan was the captain of the movie Flipper. I could tell that you copied and pasted that, Lady Pegasus. I'm impressed. I saw I did see on YouTube this morning, I listened to it while I was sweeping because I was told that Sunny hates vacuum cleaners, and look, what cat doesn't? But I thought I'd sweep and then I'll just use my little Dyson just to suck up what I've swept up. But 60 Minutes are doing a story on QAnon, if anyone's into that kind of stuff. Looks pretty interesting. You know, and including like what happened at Capitol Hill on January the 6th. And yeah, looks really good, guys. Australian 60 Minutes, not American 60 Minutes. If Mary Marlowe ever came back to YouTube, I promised her, well, I didn't promise her, but I made a promise to myself that I would get my friend Charlie, who's one of the hosts of Australian 60 Minutes, to do a message for her because she loves Australian 60 Minutes. And I was going to get him to say, "Hello, Mary Marlowe. I'm Charles Woolley. And welcome to Australian 60 Minutes." R.I.P. Tins. I don't know who Tins is, but that's a bit sad. Oh, look. Oh, look. Tins, I think it might have been Tinsy, maybe. Was obviously a puppy that loved this walk. Oh. I love the TV series Flipper too. You have a Dyson as well. So James Dyson, he's kind of sexy, isn't he? James Dyson. He's one of my older dude crushes. Back when I had commercial telly, one of my favourite things was the Dyson commercials. I love his voice. Mary Marlowe has a new channel and posts on Instagram, but she doesn't want to talk about what's. Oh, really? What's her channel called? Yeah, Flipper was right after Lassie when we were kids too, even though you're so much younger, Morgan. I loved Lassie. The music for Lassie would come on and I'd start crying. Dun, dun, na, 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 na. And then we had, they call him Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning. No one is, it's not frightening. More than he, and we know Flipper lives in a world full of wonders. Flying there under the sea. Sorry, guys, I can't sing. There's the beach. There's my beach through there. Well, the beach where I live. I don't own it. Hurt Locker 22. Okay, I'll try and remember. I'll go back through the chat because I really want Charlie. He said he'd do it for her, and then she left YouTube. But you know, when you know someone that somebody is a fan of, why wouldn't you do that for them? Like, it's a nice thing to do, right? I said, I found your biggest fan in America, Charles Woolley. And I said, I'd love you to do a hello world, this is Charles Woolley. And especially Mary Marlowe, how the fuck are you? The guys down there, does that make you feel scared? That's true, there were all the horse ones. I loved Skippy. The bush kangaroo. Na 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 na. I won't go perilously close to the edge because I'm really clumsy, but if you have a look there, you can walk out onto that bit there and sit out there and think about everything. I don't sit out there and think about everything because usually, well, I've sat out there twice, and both times I've sat out there, someone else has come out there to sit out there, and I feel awkward getting up and walking. I'm like, if you come out here to push me off. You love Australian 60 Minutes. It was really weird when they showed your neighbour. Yeah, that's a great show. And I mean, a lot of Americans have said that they love the Australian one because we cover, you know, stories from all over the world. Actually, if you want to have a good look at a Charles Woolley, like a look at a really good Charles Woolley one, look at the one where he interviews Ricky Gervais. It's a ripper. Oh, do they? See, I don't have commercial TV anymore, Lady Pegasus. I'd almost consider getting it just to watch reruns of Skippy, to be honest. But isn't this beautiful, guys? Look at this scenery. And I have looked around me and there's nobody running down the path behind me to push me off. Don't freak out. But yeah, so there's the beach in front of my house. And this entire bay is called Prince Frederick Henry Bay. All of this bay. There's that little island I was chatting about. There's a lot of sea life and bird life that live out there. But some days that's actually a really good surf break as well. And sometimes when we're down at Red Ochre, I've shown you guys that island. But yeah, so this whole bay is called Prince Frederick Henry Bay. My sister lives directly ahead on the other side of the bay. So if we both got little speedboats, we could literally visit each other by boat. That's Whale Rock out there. Oh, the Paul Hogan show was funny. When he was building the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and became, you know, an incredibly famous and comedian, and that out there is the horizon out to the oceans. If you kept going in that direction, you'd end up hitting New Zealand. And then they're back to the beach. Isn't it beautiful? And this is like I've been live for an hour, but I've stopped along the way. But this is all sort of a 20-minute walk from my house. I love standing here, just taking it all in, the air, the scenery, the salty air, just beautiful. And then on the other side, see, people come here and do little bonfires. Quite illegal, but they wouldn't be chased away as long as they put them out. So straight ahead is Mount Wellington, and Hobart, where I work, is at the base of Mount Wellington, but you can't see it because there's hills straight ahead. And then that beach over there, that long, long beach, that's 7 Mile Beach. Even though we say kilometres, that beach is actually 7 miles long. Yeah, the water, it's actually quite bright today, but that's why StreamYard sucks. It doesn't show the true colour either. But let's head home, guys. I've got a few phone calls I've got to make. And a few emails I've got to send. I chose to spend today at home with Sunny Girl. Tomorrow I'm going into 10 Lives, not to get another cat. Part of her adoption pack included 3 treatments. So I've got to go and pick one of them up. And apparently it just sort of gets rubbed into her skin on the back of her neck. I can't remember which. Oh, yeah, it's called Revolution. And then there's another one due in April. And then they've also included her next vaccination in, I think, June. So that's pretty handy. And I can, that's why I love 10 Lives. They give you so many reasons why you should rescue. Even just like covering. See, the water's now like bright blue. Hang on, I want you guys to see this. Now the sun's out again. Look at it, guys. Isn't it amazing? Hey, Beth M. We're just on a bit of a walk and a talk. I was going to do the beach and then we've ended up on the bluff. And a lot of you guys haven't seen the bluff before, so take care, Will the Rocker. I love you, mate. Good to see you, as always. Been chatting about movies and TV shows and all sorts of wholesome things. I offered everyone a platform if they wanted to offload about YouTube fuckery, and everyone's like, nah. Let's talk about whales and dolphins and movies. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym and then I'm going to go to 10 Lives and get the Revolution treatment for Sunny. And then I've got my friends. When at the start of my live, I was saying some friends of mine are coming down for a getaway weekend and they're going to go exploring to some of the wineries and distilleries down on the Tasman Peninsula. And I was like, oh, where are you staying? And they told me, and it's like right in front of my house. So I'll be catching up with them. I was meant to go out Saturday night, but the plans have been put on hold. So I'm going to suggest to them that we go to the pub for a meal. The pub does good grub. But I'm a lot more relaxed leaving Sunny at home because she's already had a couple of days and I got home and she was still alive. So, you know, looking good. And she didn't make me feel guilty like Biscuit did. Not that Biscuit did it to be nasty, but we were so close and inseparable all last year with all the COVID stuff and everything. Me going back to work was a bit hard for both of us. The water's changed colour again. Hey, Crystal Dawn. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Thank you for hanging out with us. It is much better than the drama-rama, isn't it? Bit of sunshine, bit of exercise, bit of scenery, bit of happy chatting. It's awesome. Just had banana and peanut butter smoothie reminder again. Ew. I reckon it's protein powder I used. Hey Jamie, how was your dinner? Was it yum? Oh my god, I have to tell you about the prawns I cooked the other night for my sister. Holy fuck, I nearly killed her. I put way too much chili for both of us. And I like hot and spicy, but there's a point where I'm like, that's too much. This was like off the charts. It was yummy, good. 45 minutes from Napa. Those beautiful wines. I do love a Napa wine. I'm glad you're dealing with me, Jamie. See, I'm stupidly making heating up the oil to cook the prawns, chucked in the chili powder, and we both nearly passed out. And then when it came to actually eating them, they were over the top. They were so hot. I went and got a tub of sour cream and I was just dunking them in them, drowning them in sour cream. It was crazy. But then last night, I cut up some onion, snow peas. There's something else. Baby spinach. And a whole tin of coconut milk, cream, and the prawns and all the chili sort of was still really bitey, but it was much less angry than when I tried to murder my sister. But she said, oh my God, it's the first time in 54 years that you've cooked me something and it's terrible. It wasn't terrible. I mean, someone who loved chili would have loved it, but like really loved chili. Tanya was in here before. I said to her that you girls have been asking after her, so we'll have to do another mod reunion soon, huh? But yeah, those prawns. But last night they were really yummy, so I salvaged them. But I thought about it this morning. I was like, why didn't you? Because it was a salad. It was a prawn salad. It's like, why didn't you remove the prawns? I've got cottage cheese at the moment that I did with garlic and chives. Put them in with that, like mix it all up, and then get some lettuce, and then put the cucumber and avocado and lime salad, and then put the prawns in the cottage cheese on top, and then wrap them up like a lettuce roll up or a lettuce cup and eat it that way, because they would have been fine. And she did eat them. She was sweating. And yeah, I said, oh God, I'm so embarrassed. She's like, I'm glad. She said, you find it freaky when it comes to cooking, you're human. Just normally my food is. Yeah, I'll do another calling all former mods, and not just from JS for Justice either. Like, I think everyone on YouTube by now has had a wrench in a channel that they may no longer have a wrench on, or they've been close to a mod that's been kicked out of a channel, or there's subs that have been abused by mods. who may not realise it sometimes, not always, but sometimes mods are being fuckwits because the creators they mod for are telling them to. And I'm not offering that as an excuse. But yeah, I thought, maybe we could do the reunion sort of for everyone. Because there's also so many mods now that are modding on channels that have been the traditional enemies of the creators they used to mod for, and it's a weird world, YouTube, but it's a good one too. Especially if you want to creep down. Someone's doing something with this block. They put in this new fence. It's not a very beachy fence, but it's okay. They might want mega privacy or something. I don't know. Someone's already cut it. Hopefully it'll go rusty really quickly and it'll fit right in. I mean, it should go rusty really quickly because everything goes rusty at the beach. That's why I love my rusty memorial garden on my deck. I'll stop down here outside Dave and Mary's again. We can wrap things up. Look, guys. I love cornbread. I make cornbread. Cornbread's delicious. It's not keto though, but I'm not doing keto. I'm doing low carb now, and I'm much happier, I've got to tell you. Still feel great like I did with keto, but I also feel happy because I love carbs. Chili just needs cornbread. Trust me, Jamie, this was like blow your tits off hot. There ain't no cornbread on the planet that was going to fix it. Like I was drowning them in sour cream and that was still burning the fuck out of my mouth. YouTube can be the twilight zone for sure. Morgan, if I'm a fuckwit, blame Tori. Absolutely. Yeah, cornbread is amazing. I mean, I make it, but it's nowhere near as good as the cornbread I used to eat in Missouri. Although the pub down here, according to my friend Brian, who's American, does the best southern fried chicken he's ever eaten in his life. And I said to him, I know what the secret is. And he's like, buttermilk? And I was like, no, all southern fried chicken's got buttermilk. No, it's the panko breadcrumbs, motherfucker. It's the panko breadcrumbs. And because they're not now, but they were living in Hawaii at the time when they came out. As soon as they went back, because there's so many Japanese supermarkets and stuff, they just loaded up on pankos. They're in San Diego now and they've been able to find them, but I do apologise for the scenery. I really should have thought about this and not brought you to such an awful place. What was I thinking? Like, what on earth was I thinking? Why did I think it was okay to subject all of you to this? Like, fuck, I'm an awful person. In the south of Missouri, they say Missouri. In Kansas City, it was Missouri. But then there are also some people that sort of drop the last bit off and they just call it Mizzou. But yeah, Missouri. But only like once you're down at Lake of the Ozarks, that's where it's Missouri. Even Springfield, which was where Missouri University was or is, and where Brad Pitt grew up. And yes, he was a senior at high school the same year I was. And yes, we did go to a heap of intervarsity things at his school. And no, I never saw him or met him. Like, what the fuck? I would have been in the same basketball stadium as him. But yeah. But even there, it's Missouri. But when you go down like to the Ozarks, then it's Missouri. Stop being an asshole and rubbing. Well, come on, Morgan, as if you can't show us some amazing places. Like, seriously, if you're able to, obviously. Post COVID, you'll be like, check out Lake Tahoe. Here we are in Pacific Palisades. We're off to Napa for some wine tasting. Like, give me a break. Your time will come. The Missouri thing? No, and even like friends of mine in Kansas City, we still all say Missouri as a joke because when we went to Lake of the Ozarks for summer one year, the locals kept saying Missouri and it cracked us up. So we all now call it Missouri. But at MU, at Missouri University, that's Mizzou. That's where all the Mizzou stuff is. And it's like MIZZOU, Mizzou. That's the trendy college way to say Missouri. Yeah, snap Morgan. I know my America. I know some of it, which is why if I ever get the opportunity, I want to debate Critical K about why people from other countries are not allowed to talk about American true crime, like she said the other night on her live. A woman who proudly talks about her love of history, and she fucking knows it too, inside and out. Her fascination with the monarchy, um, but also I don't know if she ever has, but potentially could one day discuss a true crime case like Jack the Ripper or Azaria Chamberlain or something like that that happened in a place outside of the US of A. But she said that a girl from Canada talking about Chris Watts pissed her off, and she said, follow your own cases. And it's like, well, true crime is a genre of history at the end of the day. And true crime, people that love true crime, I mean, my true crime podcast, which I'm sort of thinking I should crank up again, but I covered cases mainly from Florida because that's where the best crimes came from. Mm, she did, Morgan. And look, I'd like to chat to her about it just so she could clarify because it is quite possible that what she meant was that particular YouTuber who was saying potentially or possibly fanciful shit about the Watts case. I can't remember the context of it. It might have been more of a direct dig just at that Canadian girl as opposed to an across the board rule. But I have heard other American channels comment on why people in other parts of the world are so invested in it. And it's like, because we're true crime people, and at the end of the day, it has to be one of the most despicable, if not the most despicable crimes in our lifetime. It's certainly the worst family annihilator story. There's other crimes that have happened, like even here in Tassie at Port Arthur, the Port Arthur massacre, that's in my lifetime. That's the worst. But there have been shitloads of crimes around the world that have happened in our lifetimes that we talk about. But there's no boundaries with true crime. You talk about the crimes that are going on that blow your mind. Probably not the right thing to say straight after mentioning the Port Arthur massacre, but for example, school shootings. I mean, they're crimes. That's mass murder. And for an Australian, like, we're fascinated by them because we don't have guns here. Well, I hope she meant that girl, Jamie, but had I been able to take a link at the time, I would have, just to discuss it with her, just to be sure. She has got a very dry sense of humour at times, and I do get it nearly all of the time. But yeah, it might have been about that girl, but then she kept talking about it. It wasn't like a one-liner. But yeah, um, hopefully that's not her view, because if it is, she can stop talking about history outside of America too. I love that genres like true crime bring people from all over the world together. I'm no longer on there or active on there, and I don't watch the channel, but I was one of the first people to be verified as a solicitor on the Web Sleuths website, an American website. And I was involved in that for decades because it was the only place where there was a true hub of hardcore true crime supporters. And there's people on there from all over the world. I agree, Morgan. And the way the Australian media is, I mean, all the cases that the YouTubers talk about have made it here. Not just Chris Watts. I mean, obviously, Netflix has introduced Chris Watts to a lot of Australian Netflix watchers. My friend Susan knew about my fascination with the Chris Watts case, but didn't actually look into it till she saw. Well, she knew about it, and I told her about it. But then after watching the Netflix special, she was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Or doco, whatever, not special, but she's like, "Fucking hell!" And so then we ended up having these massive discussions about it. And she actually said, "I wish I'd got more into it back in the day with you." That's one thing that I'm finding annoying. Jamie already knows this. That all these YouTube channels that have popped up because they saw it on Netflix, which is great, but it's very painful listening to them when they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But then there are YouTubers who've been following it from day one who still get shit wrong as well. Even I went live on a panel and got it wrong. I just got a notification that someone's doing a spirit box with Shanann Watts. Holy fuck, people. Look at all the true crime documentaries from the USA that's aired on Australian TV. Yep. Yeah, the monarchy are fascinating. I actually, to be honest, I'm really into this whole Meghan Markle versus the monarchy. Might do a live about that. Um, it's getting really juicy. Like Piers Morgan's been sacked from Good Morning Britain, and he basically said Meghan's bad news and that it was really tacky of her to be doing all this stuff with Oprah Winfrey and talking about how being in the monarchy fucked with her mental health at the time where the Queen is dealing with her husband being in hospital. And I mean, Piers Morgan can be pretty full on in his opinions, but that's all they are. So yeah, maybe I'll do a Meghan Markle versus the monarchy live if there are people into it. Let's talk about that. I think they fired him. I mean, he's no longer on Good Morning Britain. So yeah, I've got to watch the interview as well. But maybe we could. Oh, we won't be able to fucking stream it. I'll get struck. Um, Oprah will strike for sure. But yeah, it'd be a good one to do, I reckon. Well, Diana had kind of left Britain. I mean, she was frolicking around in the Mediterranean with Dodi. So she kind of had spread her wings. I really loved the Royals on Netflix. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing a Twitch channel. There's another platform I'm also going to start using called Restream instead of using StreamYard. So it'll give my channel a different look as well. But yeah, I might do a Twitch channel. I could just do a little video on this one saying, guys, I've now got a Twitch channel. The link's in the description. Join for that as well. Um, join up to that as well. Because yeah, you can stream over there and not get struck. Maybe that'll be my first Twitch thing. I'm just trying to think what I've got on this weekend. It'll give us all time to watch the Oprah interview, but we'll stream it again anyway. And also get some grabs of Piers Morgan talking about it. But yeah, let's do that. Nobody pinch my Meghan Markle versus. I might just do Markle versus the monarchy. That's the problem with me. I go live and say stuff, and then you watch some fucker over in America will have a Markle versus the monarchy live set up, and I'll go in there and go, in the, you're not in the Commonwealth. Shut up." And they'll be like, "But Meghan's American." I'll be like, "Yeah, so." It's one versus the firm, and I think the firm are going to come out on top. I do feel sorry for them. I do. I mean, you could see Meghan was going to be an absolute shit stirrer from the start, and I think Harry's still pretty much the same dude, but I think he's changed. Like he and his brother are not speaking now, or there's tension. Please don't do it on Sunday. Okay, Saturday. If it's a day like today, I won't be doing it. I mean, I might do it that night, but then that means the Americans can't come in and chat about their love of the monarchy. And I'd love some people who love Meghan Markle because I fucking hated her in Suits. I don't hate anyone. I disliked her in Suits. She fucked up Mike in Suits. Even her character in Suits fucked up her dude. Life imitating art. Right there. She was the worst thing that ever happened to Mike. Mike ended up in jail. Mike was a dude till he met her, and then they just became like this whiny millennial couple. They were awful. Yeah, I think there's a lot going on with Meghan. Let's go onto Twitch and talk about her, and I'll set something up. I'll have to set up Twitch. That might be my project tonight. Set up a Twitch channel and do a little video promoting it on here, and then we'll stream the interview and discuss. You liked her in Suits, but you see, I liked her at the start. I was like, God, look at her. She's beautiful. I was actually mesmerized by her beauty and the way she'd wear those pencil skirts and the shirts tucked in, the fitted shirts. I was like, God, look at you. But there were other characters like Donna that just had so much more substance and intrigue. And then when she and Mike hooked up, they just became these little whiny, spoilt brat millennials. Didn't stop me from watching for Harvey, who's married to an Aussie, and you can tell he's definitely got Aussie about him now. But yeah, they just ended up being whiny millennials. Like me. I'm not a millennial, but I'm whiny right now. Thanks, Meghan. I was happy for Harry too at the start. Donna was the bomb for sure. Donna and Harvey were the best. Oh, and also, fuck, what was his name? Lucas Litt? Lucas Litt, was it? I've had a blank, but he used to go, it's lit. Was it Lucas? Lewis Litt. Lewis Litt. He was funny too. And also the head of the firm, what was her name? She was awesome. She was a goddess. Oh my God, was she a goddess? What was her name? Stephanie? Can't remember. Yeah, Lewis Litt. Lewis Litt. Oh my God. You're going to get lit up. What was the managing partner's name? She was an absolute drop dead stunning woman. That show. Actually, I've still got some episodes I haven't watched of Suits. Might get back into it. Just fast forward through Meghan. If I went live on YouTube talking about Meghan Markle and put MM in the title, everyone would think I was talking about Makeup Mobster. I'd get 21 people. Donna's 9/11 Lone Star now. Oh shit, my battery's going to run out and I've got to walk home. Do you want to come for the walk or do you want me to end now while you've got this beautiful view? It's up to you. But Lady Pegasus, that's a really silly way to look at it because you never watched it. So how do you know it wouldn't interest you? That's like saying I can't stand olives, but I've never eaten one. Oh, it's a brilliant show, Morgan. It is. It became a global hit for a reason, you know. Not everyone's into law dramas and stuff, but you're in for the walk, Lady Pegasus. Jessica, that's it. Yep. Oh, wasn't she gorgeous? Or isn't she gorgeous? Oh my God. She's on 9/11. It's like, gotcha. You got to dip your toes in, Lady P, before you have an opinion about something. There are people in my life that go, I can't stand Survivor. And then it's like, what don't you like about it? Oh, I haven't watched an episode. It's like, well, how can you have such a strong feeling about a show you haven't even watched? You like Law or not? You'd love it. I reckon Suits would be, you would be hooked. And if you weren't madly in love with Harvey in the first 3 minutes, there'd be something wrong with you. That's weird. I just have a bit more water. I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt and I'm a bit hot and bothered. But yeah, if you can do law drama, like Law and Order, then Suits, it's beautiful. Like, oh my God, just the clothes that they wear to work, nothing like what I wear to work. The officers, the way they win cases, all of it. And Donna, oh my God, Donna. Snap, Jamie. See, Donna and Harvey will hook you. Yep. It's brilliant. Lady Pegasus, you're an intellectual. That show is so up your alley. Look at their outdoor bath. They've got their shampoo and conditioner and a mirror. Isn't that beautiful? There's a shower as well. I can just sit there in the bath. I mean, you'd have to wear bathers because there's a pathway directly in front of their house. But next time they're home, I might say, hey, guys, can I come up and have a bath one night when you're at your other house? They'll be like, sure, but the hot water won't be on. But like, oh, that sucks. I could do an outdoor bath at my place. I have to put a bit of a privacy screen, but I've got 3/4 of an acre begging to have an outdoor bath put on it. But I'd do one with a fire under it, so you could be like you're sitting in a cauldron. Oh, what a lovely walk. Something to be said for sunshine and fresh air, right, guys? I feel so sorry for people in lockdown. If anyone does watch the replay, I hope that you've enjoyed this. I know a lot of people in lockdown like putting this sort of stuff on, not just my channel, but other channels that do this sort of stuff, just so that you feel like you've got out of the house for a while. So, yeah, I hope anyone who watched the replay, thank you for watching it, especially this long, but also I hope that it made you feel like you'd been on a bit of a walk in the sunshine. Look at this cute little shack. See, that's a shack. That's what your little beach house should be like. That's probably got a bed in it, a little kitchen, a little bathroom, and a heap of surfboards. And they walk along this track with their boards and go down for a surf. And there's probably a barbecue too. This reminds me of a sort of a Swiss chalet, this place. You're on a doco kick at the moment, Morgan. Let me think of a good documentary I've seen recently. I love docos. Oh, I'm with you on that, Lady Pegasus. Oh, Prince Philip is totally on his way out. Totally on his way out. You would be vitamin D deficient. Can you get vitamin D tablets, though? You taking them? Here's a little trick for you guys, though, in lockdown. You've got to find a window or a balcony or something at your house where there's sun, and just sit there 15 minutes with your eyes closed, pointing your face at the sun, because your eyelids are the thinnest part of your body and they absorb vitamin D really quickly. And if you can do that every day, I mean, you can sit for longer than 15 minutes, but they say 15 minutes because it gets a bit uncomfortable for people. But that's the best way to get vitamin D in your body, even in winter. Just look at the sun, close your eyes, and soak it up. Yep, quarantine tips with Tori. When is his 100th birthday, Lady Pegasus? A therapy lamp, that'll do. But yeah, if there's any windows or anything, one of my mates in London, he was really struggling. And I said, doesn't the house have a little courtyard or something? And he's like, yeah. It's like, well, go and sit in it and look at the sun and close your eyes and get some of that vitamin D goodness into you. I haven't heard from him since though, so hopefully it's worked and he's happy and he's not sad and depressed, because he was really struggling. It's like, oh, a bit of vitamin D would fix you quick, smart. Like when I say depressed, he didn't have depression. He was depressed as in blue, gone, sad, not clinically. Never tell anyone who was clinically depressed that vitamin D will fix them. Couple of days of a storm. Yeah, well, when the sun comes back. But even when there's, even when it's light, just sit in a window and you never know. There's a little ray that might work its way through the clouds and reach you. But find the sunniest spot in your house and see, this tip comes from, see, I knew I was going to slip coming back down here. I nearly went over then. That would have been really funny. It's so dry through here and these thongs don't have a lot of grip on the bottom of them. These flip-flops. Imagine if I'd wiped out, you'd all be in stitches. I would have been fucked because I'm holding my water bottle in one hand and this bloody tripod in the other. So yeah, it would have been pretty funny. But it's these pine needly things, these things. They're so slippery. So slippery. But I was just going to say, all these tips, the quarantine tips, are brought to you by my new cat, Sunny. My new housemate, Sunny. She'll show you the way. A few months is his birthday. I think Megan will step foot in the UK again. I don't think he'll make it for a few months either. Yeah, oh nice. Yeah, lying on the trampoline and working, that would be lovely. I'll go down this little goat track and walk back along the beach. I've only got 16% battery, so it might shut down along the way. Apologies in advance if it does. So that's not bad. An hour and 42 minutes and the battery was at 90% when I left the house. It's not bad. If it was my old work iPhone, it wouldn't have even lasted 20 minutes. It wouldn't have lasted 20 minutes. This is such a dangerous little goat track too. I'm concentrating at the moment, guys. I'm actually going to put my water bottle in my pocket, my little skirt. Gorgeous view, isn't it beautiful? Tassie is really pretty. I'm looking forward to showing lots of it off to you guys. Now that I know little Miss Prissy Pants is good in the car. Oh my God, I did just fall down. That's hilarious. Ouch. I fucked my knee. I just slid down that last bit of the track. You didn't get to see my undies, but everyone in the car park did. And they've got a dirty ass probably, but I don't care. Low tide, so it smells very seaweedy today because there's a lot of seaweed on the rocks. I'm on unlimited, Lady Pegasus. Be careful, Tori. Oh, look, I told you I'm clumsy, man. I told you. That seaweed smell is really strong. Flip-flops off. Let's walk and talk. We've got 15% battery. I'll keep going live. There's a lot of pretty shells. There's not a lot, but there's some shells. But like, look at that little one. Can you see the little purple one? Where is it? There. That's pretty. But yeah, this seaweed is really strong. It's really super salty. Not in a bad way. I love the smell of the beach. And it's got this sort of purpley colour through it. Look. Honestly, this beach is different every time you come on it. Different types of seaweed, different types of shells, different critters. But there's always Barry. I can see Barry. He's way up in the distance. Oh, hang on. There's Shazza playing hard to get, as always. A very low tide today now. My little sunny girl will have had her siesta. She'll probably be up for a chase when I get home. I'll chill out with her for a while. Thank you so much, guys, for coming along. I honestly was happy to let everyone get stuff off their chest, but none of you need to because you're all sensible. You're all sensible. You're like, no. The fuckery. Although the whole JS for Justice Lana stuff, I'm still into that. That's got me gripped, but I'm still, connected to it. Well, remotely, but. You're about to say the seaweed stick. No, it doesn't stink. It's like it's just super salty. It's not, I'm trying to think what it smells like a type of food, like, and not Japanese seaweed. I'm trying to think. Like it's almost culinary smelling. Oh, the water's really warm. I know it's very shallow where I am, but it's really warm. A few more people out there. There's a dude with a boogie board and a couple of girls having a swim. Oh, my pleasure, Morgan. You know I love taking you guys for walks down here. I prefer this to driving, but I'm a bit selfish with the driving. It's more just you guys can keep me company. I can just talk to myself, but I'm not because there's people tuning in on YouTube, so I don't feel like I'm going batshit crazy speaking to myself. Not that I would. If you weren't listening on YouTube, I wouldn't be driving along speaking to myself. But because I'm on YouTube, I can give like a speech about things that are annoying me. Oh, the water feels amazing. Not amazing enough for me to run home and put my bathers on, but in a way, I kind of wish I had. It's lush, guys. Bazza. Where's Shazza, Bazza? Bastard, that bird. Thank you to anyone who does watch the replay. If you made it this far, you're amazing. Everyone who's come for the walk, you're amazing. My God, nearly 2 hours. I was like, just go live for an hour. Someone will go live in America. Everyone will want to go and watch that. The water's very inviting. It's amazing. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if I can be bothered running home and putting my bathers on and coming back down for a swim, but if I had have realised it was going to be this nice, because I went for a paddle this morning and it wasn't as like it is now. But I wouldn't do that to Sunny. I wouldn't go home, but she'd be like, yeah, you're home, let's play chasies. And then I'm like, see ya, I'm going for a swim. I'll bring the bins in. It's bin day today, so they've been emptied. I'll bring the bins in under the house and then I'll go in and spend the arvo with my little girl. Do some cooking, hang out, play some music, all the good stuff. Order her a harness, hopefully, because I really would love her to come out on the deck with me. But there's no way she can come on the deck unless I've got like a harness and a lead, so I can put the leg of a chair through the handle on the lead so she can't escape. She can jump and she's fast. And she's never been an outdoor cat. So her getting outside, it'd be a very scary experience for her. And I don't want her to be scared, even though she got scared when she got stuck in the harness this morning. I feel so bad about that. But 5 minutes later, once I took it off her, she was smooching, purring, her bad mood, and her bad mood was warranted, and it didn't even last 5 minutes. She forgave. She was happy I freed her from her new belt. For those of you who are wondering, anyone that does watch the replay, Sunny is a cat. I tried to put her in a harness today. Somehow she managed to get her legs. She was trying to get out of it. She got both of her front legs through it, and so it ended up, instead of being around her neck, and it's got like a little chest bit, and then you do it up at the back, she managed to get both of her front legs through it, so she was wearing it like a belt. But it was only, the hole was only big enough really to go over her head. And not that she's got a massive belly, but she's got a lot of fur. Poor little thing. I was like, fuck, this cat's going to be wearing a belt for the rest of its life. So I took the scissors to it and removed it. It was Biscuit's harness anyway. This one needs a different sort of harness. Something easier for her to get into that she won't, like, she did not like me putting it over her head at all. Whereas Biscuit, I bring the harness down, she'd be like, oh, we're going in the garden, and she just let me do whatever I wanted to do to get her in it because she knew she was going outside. Hey Casper, good to see you, mate. Hope you're not working too hard. My battery's down to 6%, guys, so it's probably going to cut out before I even get to the track back up to the house, which is just there. But thank you for coming on the Bluff Walk, and I'll change the title of this to another Sunny song because she's certainly letting the sun shine in this one. She's an awesome cat. Doesn't want to sit on your lap, but is happy to sit next to you and lie on her back and let you tickle her tummy. After being in my house for like 3 days, 2 days she was doing that. Second day, I've got a photo of her on the second day letting me rub her tummy. Like, what the fuck? The cat's awesome. Oh, my screen's gone black. You guys may still be able to hear me, but maybe not. I love you guys. If you can still hear me, stay groovy. Thanks for coming with me. And see you all very soon. Love, love.